A very important thing for you to know as a criminal defendant, if you're taking a plea and if you're out at liberty, is will I be remanded when I allocute and when I accept the plea? In federal court, there are several statutes that are mandatory remand, meaning when you take your plea that involves jail time, that involves mandatory minimum, you are to step in. You are to start your term the day that you take your plea. Now, there is the exception for exigent and special circumstances. So if that applies to you, figure this out with your attorney, and you probably will have to get some sort of documentation to show the judge whether or not you have these exigent and compelling circumstances in your case that justify you staying out until your sentencing. If you're in state court and if you're out at liberty taking a plea with a mandatory minimum or taking a plea with jail time, you need to know what is your judge's practice. Judges have individual part rules. Your lawyer can call the law clerk for the judge and get this information. There are some judges that say if you're out and you're stepping in as part of your plea disposition, you have to step in the day of your plea, not the day of your sentence. Why? Well, the judge knows about this very realistic risk that people may not show up for sentencing. They may just choose to abscond, and the judge is trying to avoid this very thing from happening by having people step in on the day of their plea. So if you're out at liberty, if you're taking a plea with jail time, please find out from your attorney, is this mandatory remand and what's the judge's practice? Because the worst thing that could happen, your attorney doesn't flag it for you. You take your plea and then you're like, why are they taking me in the back? What's going on? You need to know the answer to these questions before you take the plea, because you need to organize your life. If you're stepping in, you need to get your affairs in order before you do that.